What's up, guys? It's been a little while. It's Offset Leonard here from Cardcast, and I think Memorial Day was like the last video that I shot for YouTube. It's been a long month, and we get the Fourth of July coming up, which is tomorrow. I'm shooting this on a Friday on the 3rd. I was gonna do a Fourth of July themed video, but I'm gonna be on for collectors on Sunday, the 5th at 4 p.m. Eastern. And so it's going to be me every day, Jay Card Collector, Sammy Thunder, and Coach Neil. And so that's going to be fun. And it's going to be 4th of July themed. So I don't have to I don't have to really put one on here. I'll save that for next year. What I am going to show today are my recent pickups and me falling in love with pre-war cards. So I've really been, this year was like the year that this is like what I'm preferring to buy right now. So, and I think a lot of people are kind of in the same boat, but it is just so fun doing this. And I can't wait to show you the pickups, and let's take a look at them. I do want to start off my mail days and reveals with a gift, actually. I was set up at the Bristol Show in Connecticut, which is a once a year show that they put on, with Cliff and Alex put it on with Ideal Cards. And so a good friend of mine and a customer of mine from going back to the mid '90s, Tom. You might recognize him in the local tri-state area. Always has a kind of like a briefcase, or like a over the shoulder kind of briefcase kind of a thing where he keeps cards and stuff like that, and long white hair, and but I've known him, and he's been buying stuff from me since the mid '90s. So really nice guy, awesome in the community. I know he's involved on some of the YouTube stuff where he doesn't have a channel, but he comments, he watches stuff, and so he's a great guy to have around. So he gifted me this Topps Reggie Jackson relic piece, numbered out of was it 125, 175? I think it's 175. And I don't have any relics of Reggie. Actually, I just bought one in a collection, but up until then, I didn't have any relics of Reggie. I just hadn't had a chance to do a show. But that was really kind of him, and I really appreciate it. And this is going into my A's PC, for life. Really, really cool. So a big thank you to Tom for that. I appreciate it, buddy. All right, guys. So the first card I'm going to show you is actually a raw card. And this I won on auction. I think I got a good deal on it, considering I was considered in very low, technical grade condition. And I've been eyeing Playing Days Chief Bender cards. I should preface this by saying I really started focusing on the pre-war A's, like Hall of Famers and stars and stuff like that. And so I had been looking at Benders, and this one came up and was running live on auction on eBay. Now, it's a T206. It's got paper loss, on his leg, paper loss up there. It's got some damage. It doesn't have any major creases in it. And somebody wrote, Bender, Philadelphia Americans. But it's a polar back. So this is my only polar back for T206. I don't have that many of these cards, but I just thought it was really cool to get a polar back. Now, this is like, I feel like a fun card and to have represented, but I also wanted a seriously nice card, being that, nice presentation condition wise. And I'll just put that Bender back there. And so I had been eyeing a 1909 E90 caramel Bender. And this is a PSA 2, and it's got a little crease right there, but it's not stained. I've seen higher grade cards that have stains, like the caramel stains. And what is very important for me, if I'm going to go down this rabbit hole of collecting pre-war, is having their logo on their uniform. That's very important for me. As you can see here, I only bought this really because of the polar back. And I understand he's in the position where the emblem of the A is not on there, but I just, there's
a little bit of a variety to choose from in pre-war, and if I can have a choice or a preference, I want the logo on there. I want their A's logo on there. So that was very important to me, and that's one of the reasons why I went, with this card, and I really enjoy the backs on that. I mean, that is so cool. You can see the wrinkle kind of coming through the back there, but overall, this is a card that presents very well. I'm super stoked to have this in my collection and have that as like the main, bender. And so as I was going bender, I picked this up on auction. I think I got a great deal on it. This is one of the things where 2.5s were selling for about the same price as this one, but I think this one sells. This one presents better than the 2.5s, and I paid around the same price what 2.5s going for. So this is a T206 Eddie Collins. Again, the A's logo, very important to me. But if you could see that that red back, that crimson back, just absolutely pops. It's decently centered. There's no creases in it. The only thing that's bringing the grade down are the corners a little bit. You can see it's graded by SGC 3.5. It is a Piedmont back, and I felt like I got a good deal on this. And I feel like the Eddie Collins stuff, the Eddie Collins market, as they started paying attention to it about 4 or 5 months ago, is starting to move up pretty steadily. So this was like one of those things where I was like, I feel like I need to pull the trigger on this card. But like if I wait another year, it might be up another 25 to 50%. So I was like, let me jump on this. We got to get Collins top 12 all-time hits is where he sits currently. So, and the last card I picked up was this was an interesting card because I bought it and then I watched Sammy Thunder and Orlando in their show talking about, is there any chances to get deals or everything is overpriced? And this is like one of those cards that has a very like gray area because the average cost of a 1 is about $450 to $550 to $600 in the condition. I'm going to show you the card in a second. This card I paid double that because it was so nice. And I don't feel like I overpaid for it because of the way the card looks. So a lot of people are like, well, if it's a 1, I should be able to pay a 1 price. But I'm going to show you why this went for way more than an average 1 price. So here we have a 33 Gaudi Jimmie Foxx. It is a PSA 1. And there is like a small wrinkle that goes up there. And I think there's a tiny thin impression on the left border. This is not a pinhole card. Other than that, there are no creases. The color on this is stunning. If I was just holding up, I would say, this looks like it's a 4. The ones that are popping up on eBay are crazy. Now this is a factory mark. I zoomed in on this before. It looks like factory ink, like a blotch that just kind of went on there. I think they would put MK on this with the qualifier. They could have missed it. It could be, something, but it to me, as I zoomed in, it looked like, just kind of like a factory blotch. So, that's that. So, and yeah, I mean so I'm just going to put this, well, it's kind of cool to see that with the red, but that kind of rounds out. I mean, I'm, not that I'm done, I think, collecting Fox, which I thought I was. I'll just bring these out. I did a show on these before. So here's my my 35 Diamond Stars Fox, which is just, an iconic card. I picked this up at the last Philly show in March. And then I also picked up from Chapel, if you remember this, the DeLong Jimmie Foxx, which is a 1.5. I feel it's more like a 1. I think there's just like too many wrinkles, but it just looks, if you're holding it back here, you could kind of see the start of the wrinkles there, but you don't really see it mess with the color too much. And yeah, that's my Fox run, so far. And then again, we're adding, we got Collins and the Benders. So also we can't forget our 33 Eclipse Imports Lefty Grove, again with the A's logo. That's what drew me to this card, was the fact that he was wearing the A's logo. So Fun stuff. I'm having an absolute blast with collecting this stuff. I'm going to end the video there. I hope you guys have a safe 4th of July and, you know, a fun, safe, happy 4th of July. And I hope to see you guys on Sunday in the live stream. I think it's going to be fun to get together with everybody. And then also I'll be putting out more videos. I've been cleaning up a lot of stuff in the office and kind of getting ready to free myself up for more time to do more content. So thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you guys in the next one.